Welcome to Dad Talks, and I have been revisiting Tool's 2019 album, Fear Inoculum. And I remember when this thing was about to drop, I was a little bit hesitant going into the release, not gonna lie, because one, there's just no possible way it could live up to the hype, like it can't. And then the other reason is that maybe 3 weeks, a month before the actual release, word got out that this thing was going to be over 80 minutes long and consist of 7 songs. So it's actually 10 songs, 3 interludes, 1 instrumental, and then the 6 remaining tracks are all over 10 minutes long. The longest being 15 minutes, which is Tempest. Now, I don't have a problem with long songs. I'm a Tool fanboy. Most Tool songs are really long, but here's the thing, is that the longer the song goes, the more you risk losing your audience's attention. And if I'm putting on a song that's literally a quarter of an hour long, I hope that that thing is a goddamn adventure. Anyway, so when this thing first dropped, I gave it a really good go. I gave Tool the benefit of the doubt. I knew that it was going to take a long time to get a full opinion on this thing. And revisiting it now, I gotta say, I am generally underwhelmed and at times just downright frustrated. At times I'm just thinking, what were you guys thinking? And I'm gonna revisit that in a little bit. But you know, there are little moments of greatness scattered throughout this thing, right? There's some really good guitars on Tempest. The vocals at the beginning of Fear Inoculum are like on point. And I mean, Danny Carey just kills it, let's be honest. And then there's a really, really good bass part in Invincible, which is the only song that I can truly say I enjoy on this thing. And it's probably helps that it's like 2 songs smushed together, but either way. Most of the time, there are these really long sections that feel all too familiar. All the songs start pretty much exactly the same way with this like really low build. You might have a little weird instrument or some weird percussion going on in the background. And then Maynard just doesn't really go hard. Like, there's like a couple moments where he puts some intensity on his voice, and those parts still don't really hit me the way that I want them to. And to talk about, like, blatant frustration, I gotta talk about Descending, because this song starts off with 1 minute of a windy day, 1 full minute of white noise, whatever Tool does that kind of thing. But then over the next 4 to 5 minutes, we get, guess what, a really low build. But this is actually one of the best parts on the album, in my opinion, right? There's some really good guitar work going on, the vocals mesh with it very well, there's a great progression to this whole part, and it leads up to this climactic part, right, where we get one of the few moments that Maynard gives us some intensity. And it is completely ruined by some of the cheesiest, weirdest lyrics in any Tool song. What is it? It's like, sound the dread alarm through the primal body. Through the what now? Like, what are you saying? At one point he just goes, elementary, and I'm just sitting here thinking, like, why? I mean, in my opinion, that whole little part is just a big glob of cheese, right? That I can't take it seriously. Anyway, after that, we have like these big droning guitars for a little bit, one of the 100 solos on this thing, and then at 8.5 minutes in, we get a part that sounds like the song is going to end. And it absolutely should have, but it doesn't. After over a minute of this part, it starts to pick back up, and you're like, are we going somewhere? Are we going on an adventure? And then we go right into another minute-long section of the most generic, low-energy Tool part you've ever heard. You've heard it 40 times before. And then at 10.5 minutes in, what I was talking about earlier, sprinkles of greatness, we get one of the most interesting guitar riffs on the album. One of the only times I feel Adam Jones steps outside his comfort zone. And you're like, okay, 10.5 minutes, let's wrap this up. Nope. This thing goes past the 13-minute mark. Somehow they drag it out, and you're just like, why? And I asked myself that question quite a bit after listening to this for a while. I was like, I know what happened here. I don't know what happened. They were like, we're not gonna make another album most likely. We gotta make this our magnum opus. We gotta make every single track here as epic as possible. And I think that's maybe why all the songs kind of start the same way. And I thought that right up until I heard an interview with Adam Jones, where he says something along the lines of this. This is the first album that we got to do exactly what we wanted. Before, the label would make us cut down our songs, and then MTV would cut them down again, and I was just like, hold on, wait, stop for a second. The label had to tell you to cut down your songs? Huh. And this is upsetting to me because, I herald Tool as one of the greatest bands of all time. The fact that they have managed to accrue so much success from this really wacky, very dense, progressive metal sound is incredible, how popular they've become. And I herald that directly to their songwriting. I thought they're just amazing songwriters. Or are they? Or does somebody need to come in afterwards and say, guys, you do this thing for 3 minutes straight. Why? No, just take that out. Your song is now 12 minutes long. Come on, it's already long. Just take that out, right? It does call into question Tool's legacy a little bit for me. Because, what songs got cut down? Which ones were they my favorites? Right? In Eulogy, was there an extra 3-minute section that just didn't need to be there and somebody else had to come in and say, guys, please, it's already long enough, right? It does. It's a little bit upsetting, and yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts.